It's not being shut down, even though one of the main guys in it was a paedophile, one of the main founders. So that's what's happening here. You know, it's dressed up as being this sort of like harmless thing, but obviously people like me and you know the truth. And you know, most parents probably oppose it, but the ones who don't oppose it probably just think, oh, this kid's just getting read a stupid story by, you know, a man in a silly dress. But obviously the undertones here, and they're not going to be undertones forever, they're going to become more and more overt as they gain more confidence in that people are accepting this. And that is obviously seeding ideas that will confuse the children between some kind of social notion of identity versus biological sex, which is of course the only thing that's actually real is biological sex. And they're actually directly killing children doing this as well, because, you know, transgenders, for example, have about a 40% suicide attempt rate, which is much higher than your general public. So by seeding these ideas in kids, they're literally going to cause many of them to try and commit suicide. But it don't matter, does it? It's just equality, innit?
Hello people, hope this finds you in good spirits. Please listen to what I've got to say, share it, and I hope this reaches you. I hope what I've got to say speaks to you, because my God, we need you. Drag Queen Story Hour, I'm just going to jump straight in. We set out to put it on the map and let people know what we're happening. We as a collective have reached that goal. It's so important as well that we get this out there. This is not people standing against the rights of gays and lesbians and the LGBTQ community. That is not what this is. Mainstream media and all the other fucking corrupt parties will try and paint it as that. That is not what this is. Kids under the age of 10 should not be questioning who they are, should not be questioning their sexuality, should not be put forward with questions until they're at an age to receive. Forcing this stuff down kids' throats is abhorrent. Always has been, always will be. This blatant attack, this agenda that is attacking right now as we speak the morals and the family units, the mum and the dad structure that we have in this country and around the world, that they are attacking it with this agenda. Somewhere behind the scenes, these fuckers on a desk in some bad think tank fucking office room that hides behind this government, there'll be statistics which show how many of these people have kids, how many of these people commit suicide, how many of these kids that are introduced to this grow up and abuse other kids themselves. These statistics will be known to these fuckers. This is a fact. And somewhere in it all, it fits into their agenda. We can speculate on what is population control, whatever it may be. But somewhere it fits into their agenda. And we as a people have to come together and fucking push back together. This is what we are doing, and this is what we have to do on everything. Fucking sick. I'm hoping many of you have seen the post of this guy that the people believe that this is right to put in front of kids, posting paedophilic fucking posts on Facebook. Everything about question. I mean, it made me sick to my stomach listening to him in his Christmas piece saying shush don't tell over and over and over again. Like it's a good idea to implant into kids' minds it's okay to keep secrets from mum and dad.
Don't tell anybody. I've nearly eaten all my chocolate from my chocolate calendar already. Oh no! Ooh. But don't tell anybody. Shh, don't tell. Yummy. I think it's time to open a present. I'm going to open my present early. Again, shh, don't tell. It's definitely not Christmas Eve. But shh, don't tell anybody. Ooh.
I'm tired of this shit. This constant attack on our family unit, our values, that somewhere down the line, mum and dad need to just get out the way and allow these fuckers to raise our kids. How many people out there? How many families are forced to pull the kids out of school because they don't believe in what's being taught? How did we let this happen? How did we fall asleep so much that we allowed these fuckers in that building to take hold like they have, this fucking disease that has swept it all the world? Always moving different chess pieces into place. I want this message. If any police are watching this, take a fucking long, hard look in the mirror. A long, hard look. What the fuck are you playing at? When are you going to get some balls and realise? Stop fucking looking at us like we are the fucking enemy and turn and face the other fucking way like the rest of us are. This fucking deceitful, lying, corrupt fucking country is fucked. The government is fucked. Every single party in that is disgusting and against the people. And the moment the people realise and rise up, we are coming. Now, I've been at a crossroads recently. The heartache and pain we're facing on this journey we're on. The Great Awakening, as somebody's fucking titled. It's fucking painful. And it's hard. And we're all at a crossroad. We're all stood there thinking, do we go on with our lives and just ignore these fuckers and enjoy it the best we can and try and create our little bit of humanity? Or do we do our best in the struggle and try and raise more people against it? Well, I can't ignore what's happening no more. Just can't do it. I'm going to have to keep fighting as many fucking battles as I can fight, and I'm hoping that whoever this reaches, that you are up for joining. I've got friends that are driving around the UK in vans with fucking tri-field meter readers, what are reading the radioactive levels of all these fucking towers all over, and they're going off the scale, harmful radiation levels, soaking the people of this fucking country and around the world. Seeing one emitting waves so fucking toxic above a fucking hospital, a maternity ward of all things. And nobody's fighting it but the people. Not the fucking agencies that are meant to protect. Now, the Drag Queen Story Hour is going to be in Leeds on the 6th of August. And I'm begging you for a huge fucking crowd at all three. And if this lands on anybody in the LGBTQ community that understands the toxic nature of what's going on, I'm asking you to stand with us. Be alongside your people. Let's show these bastards that every single step they take to divide us and pollute us with hate and more hate for each other. Let's show them that every fucking step and everything they do does the opposite. It brings us together. It unites us. This is what I want to happen. The North needs to be outside them libraries and set a fucking example. And if it gets pulled, gets cancelled, like it fucking should, then I'm going to stand outside Leeds Central Library anyway to meet the new faces, to meet more of my brothers and sisters with a moral code, a moral compass, who believe that it's time to stand and fight to make sure future generations don't get polluted by these bastards and their sick ideological fucking views. It's time for us to come together. The divisions amongst the people is astronomical. And they've done this to us. We cannot win or be a beacon of hope and change by sat on Telegram or TikTok or YouTube or Facebook scrolling through stories that piss us off. The only way we can create change is if we are on the streets together as one. And I'm not talking about walking down no streets, waving banners, screaming freedom. I'm talking about getting our heads together. I'm talking about putting the spotlight on all the various people that are doing this to us, that think it's okay. That think it's okay to replace mum and dad. That think it's okay to have a paedophile reading stories to kids. We are not saying all transgender people are paedophiles. That is not what we are saying. There's a nefarious reason to put this in, to normalise it, to get it to kids, to confuse kids. They know this leads to suicide. They know this leads to less kids having babies. They know this and they are trying to defend it. They are trying to slip it in under the radar. And it's our job as men and women to protect our kids. We made a stand when they were putting it into place to try and force vaccinate us babies without our fucking approval. And we have to keep standing and fighting. We have to come together, shoulder to shoulder, like always. And they are manoeuvring in place right now as we speak. News articles are Susan Mickey being made a fucking WHO official, World Economic Forum puppet, when she was in a centre page spread in the UK calling for the forced vaccination of people in this fucking country. Goes by without a whimper. I'm asking all people this falls on that we have to come together and fast. We have to drop all the divisions. The millions of different political parties all for change. All the people who have got their own groups and their own followers doing their own thing. We cannot win this war by not paying fucking council tax. Might piss them off. This is bigger than the money in his pockets. This is about creating change. We have to create change. And the only way we do this is by standing together as one. And that includes the fucking police cunts who are watching this. The only way we make a difference is when we're all facing the same way and staring at these bastards in government and these various think tanks behind the scenes, staring at them dead in the eye and saying, dickhead. We will stand for this no more. We are better than this. We are above them. There's a reason we are here. And this is it. So let's start on a journey together. Let's create change. Fucking Tess and Rishi, whoever these fucking muppets are, warmongering, hiking up energy price and bills to put the squeeze on us more and more, are walking around the cities unhindered, unimpeded. They are terrorists. They are murderers. The pain and suffering they have caused in this country is insurmountable. And we cannot let it go unhindered no more. We just can't do it. We cannot sit around and wait for them to do their next terrorist toxic agenda. Said it a million times. Billionaires do not have a fucking clue about the struggles of me and you. The days of watching football and having a few beers and taking the piss for me have been destroyed by them. They have woke a lot of us up, shook our cage, and there's no going back to sleep. So I'm asking you as a people to set aside all his differences, to get your fucking asses off your sofas, and let's make change together. A beacon of light, shoulder to shoulder. And I want to rattle and shake the bee's nest. And I want you guys with me. And I'll try and join you guys wherever you are. Because together we are stronger. Speak soon.
Speak of the devil, and here they come. Their bus just arrived. I was wondering where they were. I thought they just took their money and run, but no, Antifa's just arrived. Don't spend all your wages at once, son. So the Antifa lot have arrived. They must have parked their bus up there in the cornholes, or more of them. But yeah, they're looking for trouble. We won't give it to them.
That's what you're doing.
Why do you want to put an axe wound on your son's leg?
Yeah, I just skipped halfway through the video, yeah. And first thing I saw were the drag queen talking about how a goat's embarrassed because his coat was pink. So straight away it's themed around this fucking gender fluidity, gender fucking confusion bollocks, yeah. Now, did you see that story that were in, I can't remember what fucking alternative media platform it were on, but basically one of the founders of Drag Queen Story Hour, yeah, being arrested because he's a nonce, being found with child porn, right? So this fucker's a nonce.
A teacher couldn't turn up at school and read to the kids like that. A teacher would be sent home. The headmaster would send the teacher home. If a woman teacher came in just like that, she'd be sent home. You know it, I know it. Every school in England, you're not allowed to dress like that. Of course she's being paid to be it.
So the actual organisation, and they admit in no uncertain terms, right, that what they're doing is playing with gender fluidity ideas with children. These are direct fucking quotes. I mean, I'm not quoting them now, but this is the quotes. This is what they were saying, right? So I'm kind of paraphrasing.
I'm here for a reason. You boys are here for money.
Well, you find a way sometimes. Find a path in life, mate. You're a bit lost at the moment.
So these guys certainly look like LGBT, don't they? Or do they look like Antifa? What would you say? LGBT or Antifa?
In order to recruit them into their ideology, their way of thinking, and their cause.